Welcome back, Bravehearts, to the Doc of Detox show. And today's show is The Adventure of a Lifetime, Ixtapa World Training and Healing Center. And this is a live Q&A, okay? So I'm actually going to take my phone and I'll do the best I can. And I'll be managing on the phone. So when your questions come in, if you've got questions, go ahead and just ask them, okay? And just know this too, everyone, that I will be doing a practitioner, more of a practitioner training Q&A about Ixtapa and everything we're doing. And I'll be doing that tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you would like to be part of that with this one, it's a little bit more closed doors. So if you go to www.newworldpractitioner.com, we'll send you a link tomorrow morning, okay? I'll make sure it gets to you. And if you don't see that link by tomorrow at noon Pacific Standard Time, call my office. We'll make sure it does get to you. Now, tomorrow will be more for the person who goes, you know what? Yeah, okay, I want to learn, okay? So whether you want to believe this or not, I mean, if you came and took my New World Practitioner course, which is 28 days, the first 22 days are more intensive, and we've got a couple of days off in between. If you do that, and then the last 6 days of it to bring it up, it's 22 days to bring it up to 28 days. That's when we get together 2 hours in the morning at the pool, and we chat about business, and we chat about things about your life, and just kind of bringing everything together from the 22 days. And then at night we get together from 7 until 9, and we sit around the fire, and we talk about your passion, your purpose, your heart's desire. We try to see if we can go in there and uncover that real true love that you should have is with yourself first and foremost. Because if you have that with yourself, you know what? If you totally loved yourself unconditionally, you would never have another sucky relationship in your world. Never another sucky relationship in your life in this lifetime. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, it's the God's truth. Once you honor, respect, and love and protect yourself, guess what? That's what you do. You protect yourself. Okay, I got it. I fill up my own heart with love. So I'm not like I've got a broken heart. I've got an achy heart. I've got an empty heart. Because when you do that, what you'll do is you'll compromise who you should live with, who you should hang around with, who you should be with, and who you should even marry. Yeah. And guess what? The whole thing's a setup, but I'm not going to get into it today. I'd love to talk about relationships another time. But, when we say we've got a good relationship, we're comparing it to everybody else that has, whatever. Okay. Anyways, so here we go. Let's get started. So I just want to show you this. If you'll just go right to the first slide, come stay with us, come heal with us. All right. And understand something, everybody. This is Ixtapa Palace, and this is in Ixtapa, Mexico, and it's called Ixtapa Palace World Healing and Training Center. And what we're going to be doing from here is we're building a huge studio. Okay, this is where we're going to be doing all our personal treatment and trainings, all our certifications, and where you can come. Listen, if you want to come and just sit by the fire with me at night, and just sit by the pool for 2 hours in the morning or any morning you want, you can come for a week or two. And then anybody that comes through the Doc of Detox actually is going to get a discounted rate. I've got those rates on here, and you're going to find out they really are discounted. Okay. I just want to fill up this place. It's got 220 rooms. I want to fill it up with beautiful people that just want to really experience their own beauty from the inside out. Okay. So that's the picture of Ixtapa Palace. And so just so you know, because we're leaving and we're going to be on a plane within 6 weeks from now to go get ready for our first 28-day course, which is the New World Practitioner course, and which is 28 days. But like I said, you can stay for 22 if you want and take off if you don't want to hang out with us. And but I think you would enjoy it. And you know what? Do you ever notice that we're always rushing and we don't even know where? Why don't, for the first time in your life, be selfish enough to actually learn how to love and care for yourself and really get some really powerful tools as a practitioner, just as a human being. Okay, so take a look at this, everyone. Take a look at this slide. I just want everybody to know that when we move to Ixtapa, things aren't going to get worse. They're going to get better. All our phone numbers are working. Everything that worked before is going to work the same way when we get down there, except one thing. I've got all my products going into fulfillments. We've got 3 fulfillments in the United States, okay? And we've got 1 in Pennsylvania, California, and Texas to make sure you get your products quick. We've got 1 in Canada, but yeah, Canada, it works well. And everybody worldwide, your orders will be leaving there to go worldwide. And if you take a look on the slide, you'll see it says overseas orders. This is how you get in touch with us. If you don't want to go online, you can call in. Now, I want you to understand something. I do not have a crystal ball. Okay, I wish I did. I go by my gut, and it's usually right. But the reality is I'm not going to get it right all the time. So I just want you to know that, there can be some bumps in the road. But when you hit a bump in the road, do you slow down, take a deep breath, and take your Lionheart breath, 3 of them, and put a slight smile on your face? Because if you did, you'd be already figuring out a strategy to get around this thing. Because what's going on in the world today, just know this, they've been strategizing this for at least a couple of 100 years. And we don't do any strategy. We just react and then we attack ourselves, right? So what I'm trying to tell you here is that we're going to do our best. I don't take much to emails. I don't take much to texting. You can do those, but understand something. We have a 1-800 number. It's 855-900-4544, extension 5. That's me. That's my number. So if you want to talk to me directly, don't be shy. And when you do call, don't say, Dr. Wolf, I don't want to bother you. I know you're really busy. I know your time is valuable. Understand something. Stop putting yourself down to put me up, okay? The doctor thing is like, call me Daryl, call me whatever you want. I earned the doctor title, but the reality is don't put me up on a pedestal. Don't talk up to me. Talk to me, and that's why we want you to call in. Call in if you've got health questions. Call in if you've got emotional, physical, nutritional questions. That's what we're here for. I have some people that will actually text me and go, Dr. Wolf, I came on WhatsApp, or I came on Instagram, or I came on all the different platforms, and I've already left my message there 4 days ago. If you don't want my business, I get it. And I'm going, and I answer these people, and I go, first of all, just take a deep breath. If you want, you can call my extension number 5, and we'll talk personally. Do you see how it is? It's like we have such anxiety in us today, but I promise you, I'm going to get as many people as I need to be answering questions online. Okay, because here's the deal, everyone. You can't go for a consult and think you're actually going to get well. If you're going to get a consultation, which we do online anywhere around the world, so understand that. Anywhere around the world, we do a perfect day consultation. We do an hour consult. We send you the audio, and then we give you lifetime support. That means you can call us as often as you want, but you're not going to be calling all the time once you learn the language of self-love and self-care. So please honor yourself. And know that I respect you, and I will honor you, and I will put the red carpet out. But the reality is that if you call me, just know I'm going to hold the line. I'm going to hold the line on an emotional, physical, and spirit level for you. Okay? Because what people don't get is that their mind rules schools and fools them. And they don't realize that they don't even own their own mind. And you would know, because you would be in charge of every moment and present in every moment, which means you would be the gift, right? If you were present in every moment, you'd be the gift. And when you're not present in the moment, you're not the gift. You're in the future, or you're in the past, or in both, and you can't be in 2 time zones at once, all right? So let me keep moving here. So the rules of engagement. Okay, so the rules of engagement in Ixtapa is this, everybody. Right now, I don't know about all the other airlines, but if you fly Aeromexico, there's no PCR test. You just get on. There's no quarantining when you get off. Okay, there's no mask when you get to Mexico. And when you're on your way back, how about this? How about just a spit test to return home? And the reality is, I know you don't know this, but you all have rights. And when I came in just a few weeks ago, when I flew in, and I came through Canadian Customs, and they said, well, what about the PCR test? What about downloading the app on your phone, the tracking? What about the quarantining? I just went, look at my passport. I can travel anywhere I want in Canada, and I'm not doing any of these things. And I just said I'm walking out, and I walked out. So the reality is most people don't understand the law. They don't understand the law, and they don't understand that these are rules, okay? Because guess what? If it was true, you'd have every doctor in the world, okay, wearing masks and doing everything else. Okay. You can't, you got to understand something. Doctors, practitioners, even the general populace, if they knew that there was something life threatening, we wouldn't want to hurt ourselves or anyone else. And that's why there's a battle going on, because it's BS, a dysfunctional belief system that they've strategized for hundreds of years. And this is the harvest point where we're at. I'm not going to keep going into it, but the reality is this. Could they shut down? Yeah, they could. They could shut us down around October, November, right? Soon as people who have an inflammatory diet, eat dairy, sugar, flour, alcohol, vaping, too much toking, and people who don't know how to control their emotions and are attacking themselves, they're going to get a cold and a flu, because a virus is natural in everyone. And if you try to get rid of every virus, you would destroy the human race. So the whole thing is based on just one big pile of you know what. Okay, so that's it. So as far as coming there, it's really easy right now. When you get there, if you came, let's say, to the course September 11th, the course is over October the 8th. If you stayed for the whole 28 days, and understand something, people are always worried about everything. Why don't you just move forward with every day, okay? But do know that they are going to shut everything down. That's just a given. They're not going to just get a nice heart and get full of love and go, oh my God, I feel so bad for lying to everyone. I just want to tell them I'm sorry. Like, that's not happening. Okay, so here we go, everyone. Take a look at this slide. This is the International Training Institute of Health, and that's where we're going to be positioned out of is Ixtapa, Mexico. And this course goes from September to October the 2nd, but I've added 6 more days onto it where, like I said, you'll come down poolside in the morning, or you can come and be with us around the fire at night. So what we have is the first day is an orientation day where we all get together and know each other. 8 days, then 8 days of me going deep into the emotional part, then a day off, and then we get into the Wolf non-surgical, which is basically 11 days. And then you get a day off again. And at the end of each of these graduations, we have a party. That's right. We got to celebrate life. And then at the end of the Wolf non-surgical, like I told you, there's a day off after that 11 days, and then 6 more days where we just chat and we put things together. Because you have to understand something. I have a team down there, a professional photographer. We have a marketing team. We have a team that'll build your website if you want to be a practitioner. Okay, and they'll do it for cost, all right? This is about teamwork makes the dream work, and you're going to find out that I'm real when I say that, okay? So let me take a look here. The next major course that we're going to be doing is going to be in January, and what we're going to do is we're going to do the whole New World Practitioner course, which basically is 28 days, and then we're going to take a 2-day break, and then we're going to go into another 28-day course, and then 2-day break, and then another one. We're doing 3 in a row because people like to come and do what's called the master's training, which basically means if you came and took my course 3 times, and after you take it the first time, it's 30% off on the second and third, and you're thinking, well, why would I do that? Well, I don't know. Did you ever hear about repetition is the master of everything? You take it 3 times, and there's nobody out there that is ever going to shine brighter than you, and that's the deal. Now, a lot of people will come to me and they'll take my course once and they'll open up, like John and Robin, that you'll see I've had their videos up on Facebook, and they only got into this 2 years ago, and they used to be working at the oil rigs, and now today they're booked up 3 to 4 months in advance. Okay, so that's the reality. So you can think that you need to go to school for 10 years, 20 years, whatever the case may be. Or you can just unleash the practitioner from within, the genius from within, and you can just get started. Okay? And my extension is there. If you have questions, you can call me. All right? Now, the other thing we're going to be doing in Ixtapa is we're going to be doing 5 different personal treatments and trainings. One is, it's called whole body joint restoration. And you need to understand something. You know why you get old? Because the calcium and the scar tissue builds up in your joints, and then you get stiff and you don't have range of motion. You don't have proper circulation. It's like that, the bend in a river, all the garbage sits there. Do you know what? It is A lie. It is a lie to be the average 40-year-old, the 50-year-old, 60-year-old, 70-year-old. Okay? All right? I'm going to be 65 years old in a couple of weeks. What is this, July? Oh, in a few weeks. So I'll be 65 years old, and I don't act like it, move like it, dance like it. It's just never happening. So it doesn't matter what age I am, as long as I'm here, I'm going to be youthful. And you can have that. And it's all about this. Every joint, every problem you have in your body, whether it's inflammation, swelling, pain, stiffness, these are all physical blocks. They first were caused by a mental block, but guess what? We're going to go in and get rid of the physical blocks, and right away you're going to go, oh my God, I can't believe this. So you can come down and do that training. Now, these trainings usually are about, you'll come in, you'll have 5 days. That's right, in 5 days. So with the whole body joint restoration, you're going to get the therapy, plus you're going to know how to do it when you go home on your family and on your friends. That's what you heard what I said, right? You won't be certified, but guess what? Your family's not going to walk around with a limp because of an ankle, a hip, or a knee, or they're going to have a back problem. Why should they? Oh, gosh, I got to make an appointment to go see the practitioner again. I mean, from treatment to treatment, right? Would you like to get rid of the issue, which is scar tissue, calcification, crystallization? That's what we teach you. Number 2 is the couples training and treatment. This is where couples come together, and we teach them how to work on each other. And we teach them about how to have the perfect day on a nutritional, psychological, okay, and as far as exercise goes and everything, and even learning about each other, truly learning about each other. You know, how many couples come together and they don't realize that they're two spirit beings come together. They think they're two physical beings coming together. But when you come together as a spirit being and you feed your own spirit and you shine that light on each other, that's where we're going to go. But we're going to also teach them how to go in and get rid of all the physical issues. And I mean it. You're going to be able to do that. All right. The perfect pain-free pregnancy. That one takes longer. Okay. That is a 10-day course. And in this 10-day course, we're going to teach the partner how to do the Wolf non-surgical so that she has a pain-free pregnancy, that she has no complications. And I'm telling you that she doesn't have to lay in bed. She doesn't have to complain about her back. She doesn't have to have a constipation problem. She doesn't have to have headaches. She doesn't have to worry about the baby. Do you understand? Let me tell you something. If you knew how many women are losing babies, how many women are infertile that we can turn around, how many women have had painful pregnancies, okay, painful periods, none of this has to happen, okay? All right? You can be healthy at all times. The medical system is a medical system. They are not doctors. So the medical system does not have doctors. They have physicians and surgeons. And understand something. Doctors mean you teach. But we go further than that. We're going to train you. So we're going to teach you to train you so that you can be your own practitioner. How would you like to be the one, hey, the partner of your wife that's going to have the baby? How would you like to be the one that's the hero and that she doesn't have to panic and worry about the baby? Because it's really all about that, isn't it? It's about really creating in the womb a beautiful, beautiful environment for the baby to heal. And understand something. It's more than that. You know what? Nobody's taught how to treat themselves or each other when they get married. That's why we terrorize the fetus as soon as it gets here. Okay? Because we terrorize ourselves and we terrorize each other. And this is what we're going to go through to show that we're two spirit beings coming together to create a baby. I mean, you can create a tumor, you can create a baby, right? E equals MC squared. Psychological creates a physical. Never forget that. So we have that training. We also have athletic deep tissue body training. And this is for athletes. And it's also for people that are like, they work in the gym. They teach people how to do things, right? How to work out. Well, guess what? Most people that are taught and how to taught people, most people who are taught how to teach people how to work out don't know what they're talking about. Most people actually create more scar tissue crystallization and problems in people's bodies. So we will do a retraining and then we'll show them a technique of Wolf non-surgical, how if they were working with someone and that person lifted too much or moved wrong, they could go in there and within 3 to 5 minutes totally reverse the problem so it doesn't get any worse. All right? And then there's Wolf non-surgical personal treatment and training. Okay, and that's where somebody comes by themselves or they come with their caretaker, and we teach that person how to work on them. All right? And you can see the personal treatment and training guide in my library, everyone, or give me a call, extension 5. Next thing is we will be continually doing the Perfect Day consultation from Mexico, so don't worry. And I also have different master consultants throughout the world that do consultations, all right? And it's still going to be just $150 for a lifetime support. You'll get an audio, and you'll also get my Perfect Day Lifestyle Guide, which is 250 pages. It's a PDF that'll be sent to you, and it will help you to assess things like you'll be able to look at your nails, your skin, your eyes, okay, and the rest of your body, and you'll be able to actually be able to tell more than a blood test, because you got to understand something. They do blood tests under blue light, which means that the bloody tests are wrong. Go figure, right? Anything that's done under blue light is man-made light, so it doesn't come out well. And just so a lot of people have been asking me this. We are having a Healthy to 100 live. It's a 3-day game changer of health. All right. And if you go to healthy to100.com, you can get more information. That's going to be in the fall. And once it starts, we are going to run this every couple of months, because we know that this will be one of our most popular, because it's 3 days, it's online, comes into your home, and you're going to find out that I'm the real deal. In 3 days, you're going to go, holy smokes, have we ever got sucker punched? We don't need a medical doctor unless we have an emergency. And people never have an emergency except once every year to 3 years to 5 years. I haven't had an emergency to run to the hospital since I was 19 years old, and I'll be 65. Seriously, no broken bones. Hey, when you learn how to love and care for yourself, you don't go around hurting yourself, right? Well, that's what autoimmune disease means. It means that you're attacking yourself. But most people start, and all diseases actually comes from the epigenetic, from your brain, before it ever even comes, because genetics is not really true. That's not true. It's all epigenetic, and it's what you think, it's how you live, it's what you do that makes and shapes your life. Okay, everybody, here's where Ixtapa is, right here. Ixtapa is pretty far down Mexico. It's not too far from Guatemala. And understand something, how about swimming in the warmest water year-round where we live, Ixtapa. Now, you may not know about Ixtapa, anybody, but there's Zihuatanejo Airport. Believe it or not, this is an international airport. And from the larger cities, you can get a direct flight into Zihuatanejo, right? I know it's not that big, but understand something. Did you know that Zihuatanejo was supposed to be the Cancun? I don't know what happened, but you know what? I'm going to show you bike trails. We got 15 miles of the best bike trails you've ever seen. We have a place that has the lowest crime rate and a lower crime rate than the cities in Canada and the United States. That's the area that I live in. Go do your own homework. Don't believe me. Okay? Never believe me. Okay? But go do your own homework and check it out. Now, that's the airport, and the airport is 12 minutes away from the hotel. Okay? All right? And there's the taxi that you can take. And look at this. If you want, you can take a cab for $22. You can take a shuttle for $8. All right? So anybody can afford that. And here's Ixtapa Palace, everybody. This is the Doc of Detox and International Training Institute of Health. This is going to be our new home. All right? And this is the reception area. I just want to show you these things just so you can see. And all of that is open to the outside. Do you see? That's actually open. Now, you can go back in the video here and you can stop the video, okay? Or you can take a screenshot. But this is short-term stays all year round, okay? So you can take a look at the suites. You can see how much we charge. Not we, but the hotel, right? We've made a unbelievable deal. Now, just so you know, the gentleman that actually owns this hotel, him and his brother, Jose, they came to me 2.5 years ago, and they said, I was in Florida doing a training, and they said, hey, Dr. Wolf, we heard about you. Would you be interested in coming to Ixtapa and making this your new home at the Ixtapa Palace? And I just went, wow, isn't that craziest thing? I said, I've been talking to my partner for the last 3 years saying, you know what, let's go to Mexico and let's set up a place that we can really heal people in the best environment ever. I got to tell you something. and I know you're not going to believe this, but once you love, honor, and respect yourself and believe that you deserve, things just come to you. So, if I want something, I'm not going, oh my gosh, I know I don't do that. I just picture that I already have it, and then I just relax, because God will decide when it's the best time for me to have it. Now, I thought I was going to actually be in Ixtapa a year ago, but then something happened that started with a C. I can't remember what that was. Conspiracy? No. Conflict? No. Contamination? No. But it had something to do with all of that. Okay, so anyway, so I got kind of derailed, but I didn't, because I got to work on things and keep working on this project and making it a beautiful project. And also it got to simulate my mind and to the point that I'm going, you know what? Yeah, here's a test. All this stuff going on, but we still want it. We're still going to do it. Anyway, so I showed you the prices there and here's the mid to long-term stay pricing. So I'm going to show you where you're going to stay. I'm going to show you what it's going to cost. And then you can decide, but first of all, like I said, if you use my name when you go to book, even if you don't want to hang out with me, but you just want to come to Ixtapa, maybe you don't like me. Maybe you just want to go to Ixtapa and go swimming and in the pool and get these better pricing. So if you want, there it is. Anybody can do it. You just have to say that, you're part of the Doc of Detox International Training Institute of Health. So here's the long-term stays, or all year round. And whether you believe this or not, do you want to know something? We have people coming that have already booked to be there for the whole year. That's right. They said, look, I can either stay home and get shut down, okay, or I can come to Ixtapa, and even if they do some type of shutdown. But you got to remember something, everybody. Okay, Mexico has never grounded their planes. Mexico has never asked for a PCR test, okay? You can get a spit test when you leave to go home. You do not have to quarantine. So understand something right now. There's a lot of reasons why we're going there, okay? And remember, we're creating our own, okay, our own nirvana, all right? I'm not saying that Mexico won't be affected. Everything is going to be affected by this. I mean, gosh, come on. Any politician can be bought, for God's sakes. Any medical doctor, not any, but a lot of them can be bought, right? The ones with no integrity. But any politician can be bought. You're not in politics if you're really wanting to make a big difference, because you can in politics. You can make a big difference from your heart. When it's full, you become the light. And you can't do that in politics. God love them anyway. So take a look at this next slide. So just so you understand something. Do you know how we have like 3 meals a day and we have 3 snacks a day? Well, what if I had a juicer? Okay, we just bought a juicer. It's a $30,000 juicer. That's the one on the left that you're looking at. And then we bought 2 professional Vitamixes. And then we bought this lemon lime squeezer. Okay, so now what are we going to have for you? Well, if you take a look on here, we are going to have vegetable and fruit platters, organic. We're going to have avocado with vegetable sticks and things of that nature. We're going to have organic vegetable juices, fruit juices, okay? We're going to have lemon and lime drinks for you, okay? So this is what you're going to get at the beginning of the day and throughout your day. Wouldn't it be amazing? All this fresh fruit, vegetables, avocado, and then, oh my gosh, if you don't need to lose weight, you're going to gain weight. Oh yeah, because it's all about feeding the body. And if you need to lose weight, you're going to drop weight, but you're going to have lots of energy. Okay? So that's the whole deal, is to reduce the infection, reduce the inflammation, bring up the frequency. If you can get beautiful, lovely, high-frequency people, and you can get high-frequency foods, and you live in a high-frequency area, then that's what it's going to be. Even when we go down there, we will have internet. But I have a device, okay? And this device is a harmonizer that will actually protect everybody for 2.5 miles around the Ixtapa Palace. I know you don't believe me, but you can come and you can see it. Okay, this thing cost me 20 grand, and the reality is it creates a shield for you and to protect you. So it's all about getting the frequencies up. Here's a double room, everyone. Okay, so you can see that this is probably around a 3-star. Okay, but the property is just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, they've taken really good care of it. Okay, and this is like back in maybe the 80s, maybe 90s. But you know, this is like good for me because that's my disco era, right? Okay, and then here's a single or a couple's room with a kitchen, okay? A kitchenette. All right, I just want to show you the room so you know what you're getting into if you come. And here's the condos. There are 200 rooms, okay, in Ixtapa Palace. So we have, well, 220, but 25 of those are 25 offices. We're actually inviting professional natural health people and people that are in just in the health business, from professors to doctors to practitioners, to come and actually set their office up here. We're inviting people that have really good training courses to come and teach their courses at Ixtapa Palace. And understand something. I'm creating, which I'll show you in a minute. I'm jumping too far ahead. Okay, here we go. So here's the back of the property on the left. There's the pool, and there's like a waterfall that comes down on the pool. And all the pool water will be structured, everyone. So understand, you're going to be swimming in the healthiest water, and it's going to feel like silk. That's really important, right? Okay, and then we've got a water slide there, a smaller one for kids. And then we've got a large water slide that goes up about 40 feet in the air. If you go straight 40 feet in the air, okay? And there's the floating river. We also have a floating river for kids, okay? Sorry about the fence, but that's a floating river where you can float back and forth. And they also have a wave pool on the other side. Now, this here, this was actually for me, right? Believe it or not, you know, when I was younger and I used to go dancing a lot, I used to go to this bar called Huggies, and I used to be called Disco Daryl, which at the time, and even now, I'm okay with that because I really loved disco. I think disco is great. Anyways, this is a huge disco, believe it or not. And in this disco, they've got a dance floor that's like 38, let me see, was it 26 by 38 feet. Now that's where we're going to be building our studio. And we're going to be letting practitioners or trainers or people that want to do shows or have shows or they come down, they're going to be using my studio. And it's called Crystal Mountain Studios. And this will be one of the finest studios that you've ever seen when we get done. Okay, believe it or not, we're going to move all our equipment down now, but we can't get the equipment we were after because guess what? They've locked up 80% of the containers around the world. That's right. You heard what I said, right? It's, yeah, you know there's a storm a-brewing, okay? Now, here, oh, and believe it or not, let me go back to the Crystal Mountain Studio. Can you go back to that one, Drake? So if you take a look at this one, just know this. I have my own disco ball, okay? And we have the lighting still there. So this is where we're going to be doing after each course. We're going to have, well, you know what we're going to have. We're going to have a celebration party. That's what we're going to have. Okay, because we need to celebrate life every day, everybody. Okay, so here's the Ixtapa Resort Gym. This is the biggest gym anywhere in about 150 miles. So everything you see is in this gym. Okay, look. All right. And here's the view from the beach. And you know what? This is a 10-minute walk or just, you know, a 3-minute, 4-minute drive, okay? And here, okay, it flipped out. Bear with me, everybody. I'm just going to catch right back here. Okay, here we are. We made it. Not so bad, eh? Okay, you see here? So here is the view of Ixtapa Island, and this is the sunset, okay? Oh, can I go back to the other one? No, don't have to. All right. There it did it again. Just keep it on there on the island for me until I get there. Okay, so there's the picture, like I said, of the sun setting. Now you see there, that's the Ixtapa Island, everyone. And that is about a 10-minute boat trip. And it's only about 7-8 minutes from the hotel. Okay. Okay. Bear with me, everyone. This slideshow is not great. We're going to have to change this, Drake, next time, okay, by tomorrow? I want this different. This cannot happen like this. Just keep on the island picture for everybody, would you? Okay, so we'll go back to the island picture. What I want to say here on this island they have these little baby deer. But the other thing is when you take the boat over to this island, it only takes 10 minutes and then it takes about 8 minutes to drive to catch the boat. They have the best snorkeling you ever had. And also you can, over there, they will feed you fresh caught fish. And it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful, beautiful place to go for the day. Okay, so let's go to what's the next slide, Drake, after that, please?
View of Ixtapa Island.
Okay, so that's the island, yeah, and that's in the daytime, right? And you can see the beaches.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's the next one, Drake?
And then the one after that is the Crocodile Sanctuary.
Yeah, so when you go to catch the boat to the island where you park your car, they have a crocodile sanctuary. Now, what happened was they had a storm about a year ago, and the water came in so high that they had crocodiles downtown. And these crocodiles are about 12 feet long, and that's not exaggerating. Next one.
And the one after that is the Turtle Sanctuary.
Now, if you take a look, that's you see one turtle, but I don't know if you were watching the videos about just over a year ago. I actually helped release all these baby turtles. There's a huge turtle sanctuary about 7 minutes from the hotel, and they release the turtles a few times a year. So maybe you'll get lucky and you'll be there. I'll find out when they do it, and we'll put that up so that people know when they're doing it. Next one.
Ixtapa Sunset.
Ixtapa Sunset. Well, there it is. And I'll tell you something. Every night I was there, it was this beautiful or more. And I know it sounds like I'm really trying to sell the place, but understand something. We fell in love with the place. And I was really like, oh my gosh, this is a big move. And they asked me to come down and check things out. But it was like, wow, if we don't really want to do this Ixtapa Palace thing, this might be a nice place to live, actually. But no, we're doing it. We're doing the whole thing. Next one.
Ixtapa Beach.
Ixtapa Beach. Okay, so that is the Ixtapa Beach. And again, you can see for yourself, it's beautiful, it's clean. And like I said to you already earlier, it's the warmest water I've ever swam in Mexico. And they brag about how it's so warm. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to try to see if I can get this to come up. Okay. Just bear with me, everyone. Tomorrow's slideshow for the practitioners will be better, won't it, Drake?
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. All right. I can't do it. All right. So face this around to me or something, or I can't see. All right. So I'm going to need to be able to see. What's the next slide, Drake?
Next one is the 15-mile bike path.
Okay. So everybody, just so you know, if you take a look at this bike path, that's how good the 15 miles of bike path are. Okay, and you got to get this. Okay, I just want to say this. You really need to get this. Do you ever notice something? Canada always says, don't go to the United States, it's so rough. United States says, don't go to Mexico, it's so rough. Mexico people are told not to go south because it's so rough below them. So it's continually like this, okay? Please do your homework on Ixtapa. If you would like to take our courses, come down for treatments, or if you just want to come down and sit by the fire, you need to check this out. Okay, next one, please, Drake.
Next one is the fresh caught seafood.
Okay, so anyways, that's about 17-minute drive, and you can go in when the fishermen come in the morning, and you can pick the seafood you want to eat. Next.
Next one after that is the Dr. Judith Diaz Hotel.
Okay, Just so you know, I went down and I got dental work the last time I was there. I was quoted $3,700 up here, and I paid $850 down there to get the dental work. Okay. And believe it or not, I know. So don't worry. You know, I get it, guys. You know, I still had a couple silver amalgams and I had some work to get done on my teeth. So what? You really did? Yeah. I'm a little slow in the head sometimes too. Next one.
Next one is
Okay, everybody. This is our training center. You see how big it is? And it's indoor outdoor, okay? All right. So this is where we're going to be doing like the whole life coach certification. This is where we're going to be doing like the Wolf non-surgical training as well. This is where we're going to be doing larger meetings. This will hold about I'd say about 200 people comfortable, right? So it'll average out for the many people that are coming to us. You can see there, is that the next one? Mm-hmm. So that is just showing the seating. That's what it's going to look like when we do the whole life coach certification for 8 days. Okay, next. Okay, and I wanted you to see this is the last class we did, okay, and that was our celebration about becoming a new world practitioner. And understand something, most of these people, that was their first time. Some of these people, you're going to see them in Ixtapa September 11th for that course. And let's go to the next picture. Okay, all right. That's it for the pictures. I'm going to open up for questions. And Drake's going to work on the slideshow for tomorrow, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's always a glitch, guys, and we'll get over it, right? We're going to fix it so that tomorrow's practitioner meeting. And if you want to come to the practitioner meeting, I'll be going into more details about the personal treatment and trainings for families, for groups, okay, for organizations, for somebody who has a caretaker looking after them. We'll be getting into that but I'll answer any questions that you have here today. Oh, and just so you know something, everybody. So for those of you who are scared, okay, of viruses and bacteria and fungi or whatever is out there, which is all normal, I have a device that in 42 seconds will do a 2,000 square foot area and totally sterilize it of any negative bug, viral, bacterial, or fungal. Did you hear what I said? So understand that. So we also have these hand wands that you can just sterilize everything too, because we want everybody to feel comfortable, right? Okay. Let me just pick up Facebook right here and I'll see if we've got any questions. And we'll get over it, right? Okay. Okay, so anyways, Alice says I need a sugar daddy. Anybody available? Because she wants to go to Ixtapa. Okay. All right. I can't stand when people, this is from Satya. I can't stand when people tell me Mexico is dangerous. I love it there and cannot wait to get down there. Aiming to leave August the 1st. Wow, you'll be there before me. Okay. What do you mean by hanging status mate? I don't know what I meant by that. Alicia's packing right now. Stunning, I want to bring my camera. Absolutely, Lori. Changing status. I don't know about that. When we go down there, we've incorporated it, so we're actually getting like status for working and being there. We're not going to give up our Canadian status, but we're getting, I guess it would be like landed immigrant status. I'm working on that right now. Okay, here we go. Now it's coming in. Do you need to get a PCR when you get to Mexico? No. No PCR test. When you land, no PCR test. No quarantine. Just right to the pool. That's it. Nothing else. Straight to the pool. Let me tell you something. They're going to lie to you. They're going to think that it's scary out there. You don't know. We don't know anything. I don't know anything. Unless you talk to people who live in Mexico or in the country, you don't know anything. Like right now, Vietnam is shut down and they're going door to door. And I'm not kidding. You know, that's why I can't get my core twisters. So that's over for the year. Okay. What about mosquitoes at dusk? I got to tell you something. I never dealt with any mosquitoes when I was there. I never did. Honestly, if I did, I'd tell you. Okay, no mosquitoes. Tony, how you appear in the system change from public subject to and a live woman. I don't know what that means. Can I bring a dog? Absolutely. You can bring a dog. Yes, you can. Okay. What's the device you just mentioned called? Actually, I'll be talking about that tomorrow, and I'll have more information on it. Okay, and it's automatic, guys. So what happens is, let's say that you just checked in and you want us to sterilize the room, or we'll be sterilizing it. What it does is you press the button. It looks like a tower. You press the button, and it gives you a minute to get out of the room, and then it just goes zap. Everybody's out of the room or out of that area, and then it just cleans everything up. I will give you the name of everything tomorrow, okay? I'm concerned about being able to come back to the U.S. if they mandate vaccine. What does that mean? They're not going to mandate vaccine in Mexico. They're going to do it in the U.S., but that's not going to happen in every state. But, as far as I'm concerned, I guarantee you, and please don't get me wrong, because I will probably be wrong, okay? But the reality is I believe that Texas and Florida and the rest of these states that are pushing back are going to get it. They're going to get slammed. They're not just going to be able to walk freely on this one. There's no way. You can't have these psycho elite multi-trillionaires, okay? They're not going to give up on this. You know what? This is how they get off on this. Think about it. Try to close your eyes for a second and think about how you just took down the world and you controlled all the human beings and you can decide who lives or who dies almost. Think about it. These guys are getting off on this. Let me just say something. They live off your pain and suffering. So put a smile on your face, connect to your breath, live your dreams, live your adventure. And it may not be anything that looks like anything I'm doing, but just live your adventure. The best thing that you can do to fight back is to be happy, be joyful, be healthy. Okay, that's the best thing that you could ever do. And ignore them. Ignore them as much as possible and stop talking about COVID. Stop talking about vaccines. Stop talking about everything. Make plans, but strategize. Okay, because I'm going to tell you something right now. All you Canadians, okay, that are just sleeping at the wheel, and everybody that's in northern United States, when they cut the hydro off, you'll see how it feels. When there's no food on the shelves, this has all been plotted and planned. So if you're not planning and strategizing, so you know what? I got to tell you something. I've always been guided. I sit in silence. I pray. I connect to my greater source. And I just lovingly know what I need to do. Am I always going to be right? No, probably not. Of course not. But you know what? Every time that I'm just stay calm and I let everybody else freak out, I just end up doing what I need to do and getting what I want. Getting what I want. And it's not about selfishness. If you've always had a problem getting what you want, it's because you don't feel you deserve it. You're blocking yourself or worried you'll never deserve it. And that's only because you don't believe that you're in charge of your own life. Somebody else is. I'm concerned about being able to come back to the U.S. Well, for one thing, seriously, let's put it this way. At least you'll be in Mexico. And the reality is if everything goes to, where in a basket, you're in Mexico, there's always a will, there's always a way. Okay? And I don't know what people really think they're going to miss. Okay? I'm not really into getting involved into a hard, rough time, okay? But most people are into suffering, so that's why that works. Aiming to leave August the 30th. Alicia, good for you. Wherever you go, have the best time of your life, okay? And just know this, okay? Follow your heart, follow your gut. Really wish I could afford to go. Okay? Share this video with friends. I've been in Mexico over 22 years. So peaceful, amazing people. There you go. Yeah, there you go. 22 years. So when we're all done, okay, freaking out. Okay, we already talked about that. You can bring your dog. I'm scared of the virus, only of authority. I'm not scared of the virus, just of authority, LOL. How to deal with police, etc. Need to stop that, being scared of authority. Yeah, well, that's the reality there. Yeah, the real problem is your belief. Is a passport required? You know what? I've got a passport. I'm pretty sure it is, actually. I don't know if you can get into... can we look into that? Can you look it up right now?
Yeah.
Look it up right now and see if you need a passport to actually go. If you take the 28-day course several times, do you okay the 8? No, you don't pay the 8. It's 30% off of that. So 30% off of that is $2,400 off of that, which would bring it down to $5,600. Understand something. I will tell you this much right now. And you can think that this is a marketing tactic, but it's not. I'm telling you the God's truth. You take my course for 28 days, and then I will take any of my therapists and I will tell them, I will have them come up against any chiropractor, massage therapist, physiotherapist, or even medical doctor, not surgery or chemo or radiation. But the reality is my therapists in 28 days will outshine 99.9% of the practitioners out there. Okay, because I'm going to tell you something. You know, you take a look at even these natural health schools, you know, they're all tied to the government. You know, when I went to school, I'll tell you right now, 10% of it was real. The other 90% was filler. Okay. And when I did get out of school, I said, there's no way I'm doing these techniques. I'm not doing it. So, you know, I have a doctorate in acupuncture, which I don't do anymore, and I'm not telling you it doesn't work, but it's all a scar tissue crystallization, calcification issue, and nobody does it better. Okay, so tell me, do you know another practitioner that offers a money-back guarantee on treatments, trainings, and courses? Did you hear what I just said? That when you come to us for a treatment, that we'll do more in that first treatment than everybody else has combined. So it's one thing to say something. And I'll tell you too, I'll pick somebody from a course that only had 28 days training, and you give me a patient that you can't work on, that you can go nowhere with, and I will not get involved, and I will give it to that 28-day person, 28-day training, New World Practitioner training, and I guarantee you that we'll give you a money-back guarantee. I supply a money-back guarantee to all my practitioners, so I tell them to give it wherever they are around the world, and we're never going to fail, because understand something. Most therapy is watered down and even toxic. That's the end of the story. So, you know, it's one thing for me to have a big mouth, and then there's one thing for me to back it up. Very small dog, yes, you can bring your dog. Service dog in the palace, yes. When can we expect email notice for info on tomorrow? Well, you had to have gone in and into www.newworldpractitioner.com. If you went in there, you will get an email tomorrow morning. And if you don't have it by 12 noon, you will call the 855-900-4544 number, and I promise you that we will get into that. This is going to be more for families who want to come for personal treatment and training. We're going to get into the nitty-gritty. This is for people that want to come for certifications. This is for people that want to come for the whole life coach certification or the non-surgical certification. And the other thing too is I have some equipment and things we're going to be doing that when you get there, they're beyond anything you've ever seen. I'll be utilizing some technologies and things that I cannot do in Canada. There's nothing wrong with them. They're not illegal. I'm just trying to tell you that we have more freedom of what we can do down there. And that might be a big thing for me, which it is. So the email notice will go out if you go to www.newworldpractitioner.com. If we are in lockdown, how can I get to Mexico? Well, for one thing, you got to understand, anytime after Labor Day is risky, okay? And you are going to, everywhere is probably going to go into a lockdown. I will meditate on it. I will pray on it. I will visualize it that there's no lockdown this winter because we always want to stay positive. But when there is, I have a second plan in. And that means that if we don't do any courses, then I will be doing lots of things online like anyways. Like people are saying, Dr. Wolf, you're going to Mexico. Oh my gosh, how are we going to get in touch? Well, the same way you usually do. And the reality is what about all the trainings you've been doing? Well, I'm going to be doing more because right now in our office here, we have the product sales here. We have everything here. I'm not going to be dealing with any of it. And anybody that comes to Ixtapa for a certification or a training or for treatments, we are going to do a perfect day consultation with you prior to you coming. Why? Why would we do that? Well, we have to do that because if we can teach you how to emotionally, physically, and to look after yourself before you come, and you reduce your inflammation, you reduce your infection, my gosh, what a beautiful training. There's nothing worse than going away for a training, okay, or to go with your family to learn how to do like the family personal treatment and training and feeling sore when we're working on you or not having enough energy. Okay, and it's not like it takes a lot, but basically, let me tell you something. People are in terrible, terrible shape. You know, people think they're healthy just because they're not in the hospital, and they can have 1, 2, or 3 autoimmune diseases. And understand, when you come for the Wolf non-surgical certification, you're getting 25 to 35 hours of Wolf non-surgical therapy. We're going in and opening up every joint. We're going in and getting rid of the scar tissue between your vertebrae. We're going in and getting rid of any beef jerky in your muscles, tendons, ligaments. We're going in and we're going to open up the circulation of your spinal fluid by 30-40% to your brain. We're going to go in and we're going to get rid of the adhesions in your abdomen, and we're going to put your organs back in place. This is what you're going to learn. I hope you know that. You know, it's one thing for me to just go on about things, but guess what? I can lift the transverse colon up by 3 inches in one treatment. Did you hear what I said? Working on your spine for an hour to an hour and a half, you will be 1 inch to 2 inches taller, depending on how tall you were and how much scar tissue damage. Because discs don't wear out. They look like they're getting thinner because they get compressed. But we know how to open that up and then to bring that all back. I don't care if you've got a cane. I don't care if you're limping. Stop saying I'm in good shape for 40. Stop saying I'm in good shape for when you go to the doctor and he says you're in good shape. He's comparing it to everyone else. Stop being a statistic and wake the heck up, okay? Because the medical system is rigged, all right? They're not even doctors. That's why if you go to the website of an AMA, they call them surgeons because they cut you open, and they call them what? Physicians because they serve you drugs. They're not called doctors. You might go there and it's Dr. Do, but look up what doctor means. It means you teach people. You don't scare the living crap out of them, okay? You don't just treat them, you train them. That's what a doctor does. Okay. Okay, here we go. They're still coming in. Hey, and guess what? If we are in lockdown, how can I get to Mexico? Well, I just told you, you're not going to wait, are you? So you're not going to get to Mexico. So understand, when they do lockdown, that'll be for 8 to 12 months, okay? Because they have to destroy the economy and they have to starve you out so that you'll get the vaccine. Anybody on the edge is going to get it, and they're going to go door to door. All right. Right now in Vancouver, just so you know this, on the east side of Vancouver, they are paying $5 to $10 to the drug addicts down there and people that have compromised mental issues, $5 to $10 to get the vaccine. So it's not just donuts, it's not just beer, it's not just sex, it's not free cars and lotteries, it's every tactic they've got, anything that can go. Tony, are you talking about common law here? No, I'm talking about rights. But yeah, common law can come into it, but I'm talking about a person's God-given rights. I'm a prisoner of the state, can't travel to Mex, and can. Oh, first of all, anybody that, like if you got busted for drugs or you got like a DUI, you can't come to Canada from the States. Okay, unless you get this pardon, and then you got to pay $5,000 a year in bribe money for every 5 years. That doesn't hold true in Mexico. So you could have a criminal record, but you can leave and go into Mexico. So I don't know how you're. It's not the same. Canada and the United States, they're into the same game. I mean, Canadians don't even know their taxes go to the United States. And then Americans don't know that their taxes don't even go to helping to make a better country. Seriously, everybody's like, what's real and what's not real. Is there any food besides your offerings? Well, yeah, there is. There's a restaurant there. Eventually, we're going to have our own restaurant with an actual organic chef. But the reality is 5 minutes away. You've got your choice of restaurants. There's probably about 10 to 15 restaurants 5 minutes away. Okay. But, I'm just saying the food that's there, you can get taco chips, you can get fish, but they probably use canola oil. The reality is we're looking to have at least set up, and I'm not going to promise it, but we're looking to set it up that there's like, 6 really good soups, salads, and fresh fish and seafood platters of some sort. But just know this, between the blender drinks and everything else, you know what? We've been taught you know why they call us useless eaters? Because we're always eating, okay? You can believe it or not believe it. I eat 1 meal a day, and I'll be eating that tonight. It's going to be a large salad tonight, and it's going to be a bean patty, okay? That's it, all right? I've just done water and liquids all day. That's it. Yeah. I'm moving to Mexico too. What is a good company to ship a few boxes? I am for sure coming to visit your new palace. Listen, if you're in Canada, it's called Matco. Matco. If you call me on my extension number 5, I'll tell you what I'll do. By tomorrow, right, Drake? Can you make a note? I'm going to have who's moving me. I'm going to have their phone number, the contact of that. Also, I've got a lawyer in Mexico. He'll be more than glad to help you. Anything that I can do for you, I'm going to do for you. Okay? Whoever you are, whatever you need, we're going to do it for you. It's teamwork that makes the dream work. Let me tell you something. We are family, and we're going to prove it. Okay? Are you flagged if you purchase a one-way ticket when flying out of Canada? I don't really know if you are or not. I haven't really looked into that. Okay? But if you buy a one-way ticket and a two-way ticket, they cost about the same. So just know that. So why? And then what you can do is that ticket will be good for a year anyways. You can change the date. Any airline will do that for you. Wow, no mosquitoes. I'm telling you the truth. There was no mosquitoes. Okay? I've been there 3 times. There was no mosquitoes. I'm not making it up. I don't want to tell you there's no mosquitoes, but there was no mosquitoes for me. And guess what? Can you make a note? Let's call the hotel and find out if there's mosquitoes or if there's a mosquito season. Because you know what? I want to be upfront and honest here. This is not a marketing ploy. Okay? I am planning to register for the fall course and come down with 2 kids. However, dogs are permitted, correct? I'm going to verify that, right, for tomorrow?
Yeah.
So go to www.newworldpractitioner.com. I'll have all these answers. But yeah, dogs are permitted, but I'm going to double check it because, yeah. So can your guests who live abroad return year after year for the winter? Of course. Of course. And you know what? You're going to get the pricing that we've given you. Not I've given you, but what the hotel. And let me just tell you why. Jose and his brother, okay, what they want to do is they want to turn this into the greatest healing center in the world. And we've got practitioners all over the world with the most amazing technology and the most amazing trainings and courses that are coming there. Because, it's not about me. I'm just one little piece of the puzzle. And their desire, because their grandfather was the actual naturopath that actually created the naturopathic school in Mexico. So this is what they want for their legacy. And I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but we have 9 more resorts around the world that want us to come and do this once we get this one going. which I don't even know if I'll ever get to it. But the reality is I've got master trainers, and people come and take my course once. They're a practitioner. We'll build them a website. We'll help them with their marketing. We'll help them with everything. Because understand something, everybody. I'm going to talk more about it tomorrow. But the reality is this. When you become a practitioner and you can be the best in the world, you'll still go bankrupt. Okay? Because you know what? You can't learn everything and do everything. I've been over 43 years in the business, and I've made mistakes. You know, I made big mistakes. I've wasted a lot of money, and I've learned things. Even if I'm as dumb as a stump, I've got things to offer. So what we've decided to do, I have a complete marketing team. I have a photographer. I have a complete video team. We'll do commercials for you. We'll do professional pictures. We'll make your website, and you will pass everything by us, and we'll go, nope, don't do that. You'll waste your money. Nope, let's do this. We can get someone else that'll be cheaper for you. The reality is we're going to create an army of master practitioners around the world, and we are. So if you come and take my course once, you get everything that I have, and understand something. When you take the Wolf Non-Surgical, you're getting a 350-page manual, and an 8-year-old could understand it. Because when you start reading something and you can't understand it, it was meant that way to make it look like you're stupid, someone else is smarter, which is not the truth. That's why fibromyalgia, that's why colitis, that's why all these crazy names for drugs and all these crazy names for diseases, because you're just too stupid to look after yourself. And that is going to change, and that is over. I've had enough of it. I've had enough of it. Okay? That's the grand illusion right there. Stacy, we use that in the hospital to clean isolation rooms. There you go, love. So that we're talking about that tower zapper that I have, and it will purify the room, like I said, in 42 seconds. I thought Ixtapa Palace website said no pets. I am happy to hear it is dog friendly. Awesome. Do they ask for any vaccinations at all to get into the US and then Mexico if I come from Italy? Well, first of all, don't go into the US. First of all, just fly from Italy directly into Ixtapa if you can, right? That would be the deal. And you still don't have to vaccinate. You don't have to vaccinate coming to Canada or into the US. Everybody needs to do their homework here, okay? Don't go by what people think. I mean, 99.9% of the population are full of fear, and they're just going to say whatever is the worst fear thing anyways, because people are addicted to fear. Instead of working on dopamine and serotonin, the nice chemicals in the body that create beauty and love, they opt to go to adrenaline and cortisol. I mean, don't you remember in your life that at a certain point when you'd like to be the first one to tell something that's scary to people? Yeah. Well, we need to stop that. Vaccinations are not asked in the United States or Canada yet. But you know what? I'm going to tell you, you're not going to be traveling this winter without them asking for the most ridiculous things. Okay, so that'll be coming. Do they ask for, okay, Crystal, do we book ahead to stay or just roll up? No, of course, you'll book ahead. Okay, and we'll have all that information. We're going to have it all up and ready for you. The best way to go, you don't have to become a practitioner, but if you go into newworldpractitioner.com, we're updating information continually in there. Okay? And you're not going to get hounded. Don't worry. Driving. Someone's going to drive down. Yeah, I've got a few people that are driving from Canada and from the States down. And you can drive right into Mexico, guys. Don't let anybody lie to you. Doc, one important question for me. Can I spray 5 sprays of infinite iodine into my mouth every day just as you do? Infinite iodine, and will it hold the same benefits as iodine? Well, hold on a second. Infinite iodine is better than any other iodine on the market. Nascent iodine and Lugol's iodine are toxic. And tomorrow I'm coming on for a Q&A with the inventor, Terry Mullins, who invented infinite iodine, which is 10,000 times smaller, okay, than nano. It's pico. And pico iodine goes into the brain and everywhere, and you cannot take too much of this iodine, and it's toxic. But with Nascent and Lugos, people will blow their thyroid out, or they won't take enough. And with our iodine, infinite iodine, you can nebulize it. So you can actually help heal your lungs. You can put it in your eyes. You can put it in your vagina. You can put it in your ears. Okay, so just so you know, everyone, not that it matters, but tonight at 1 minute to midnight, we are putting iodine and iodide on sale. Iodine is a disinfectant. It'll turn into iodide, what's left, and go to your parathyroid, thyroid. Iodide, people who have thyroid problems, they'll use iodine, but they'll also use iodide because it goes straight to the parathyroid, thyroid. Okay? Anyways, we'll be talking about it this morning. If anyone saw my show this morning, we did a live with Terry on infinite iodine and why it's the best in the world. Sammy, what stance would you use to get out of quarantine once back in your country? For one thing, I just came through, and when I came into the airport, they said I had to quarantine, and I said, no, I know my rights. Take a look at my second page on my passport. I'm going home, and I'm not downloading your app, and I walked out. If you don't know the law, and somebody says it's common law, no, these are God-given country rights. And you know what? All of these rules, 6-foot rule, wash your hands rule, they're all just made up. They're made up. Brody, don't worry about the COVID vaccines or anything else, but make plans. Absolutely, my friend. Make plans, strategize like them, and think. And don't go, oh, I can't leave my house. I can't leave my family. I can't leave my job. I can't. You don't get it yet? This is called the freeze out. You know what? I've got family members that are just going to try to stay here and hang out. Yeah, and we're just going to pray that they didn't put trillions of dollars in and bankrupt every country around the world, and they're going to change their name because they're going to wake up and they're going to see the light, or God's going to talk to them, and then they're just going to change their ways. Seriously. I don't know. Sometimes we're the goofiest, aren't we? Okay. So, need a PCR test to get out of Canada. No, well, you need a PCR test to get out of Canada. You need a PCR test to get out of Canada. You do not need a PCR test, I already said that, to go fly Air Mexico. I don't know about WestJet. You do not need a PCR test at this time to fly Aero Mexico. Have you called the airline and asked if you have to do a PCR test? Did you do that yet? Okay. So you don't need one for there, but if I have to get one, I'll do a spit test, or I'll just do a nose swab inside the nose, or just inside the cheek. That's what my friend did, who just went to Costa Rica. I want to go to Mexico. I feel calling for healing on learning so I can help others. That's right. It's about coming together as human beings. It's not about coming apart. Sammy, do you think that there are strengths we could use to bring to your service? Well, let me put it to you this way. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Why aren't we going someplace, especially if we have an online business? You know, me, I'm just getting started down there. So if somebody wanted to come out and help out and learn, we can do that. But I can't tell you I'm going to pay everybody who's coming down to work for me, because what I need practitioners. I already have a video team. I already have a marketing team. I already have a graphic team. So I've got everything that I need right now. I'm bringing 11 of my staff with me. I mean, this is serious. This is not me just going off on a whim. Dawn, hi, good afternoon. Hi, Dawn. Satya, I'm with you 100%. Philly, love to come, just a bit worried about traveling. Well, you know what? I want to tell you something. If you want to come, stop worrying. Stop worrying. Can we just stop worrying? Can we be warriors instead of worriers? Can we work on that? Can you get like a Braveheart love band and go, not for me. I'm not a worrier. That's over. That's a used to be. Snap back into the present moment. For one thing, you know what? What's your purpose? What's your passion? And if you can't be in the present moment and knowing it, then you're going to be just living for everybody else, and you're never going to live your life. You know, I can't speak for other people though. Satya, we got this, sister. Glenda, if they're long term, any info on banking? Okay, first of all, guys, I have a lawyer there. I'll put you in touch with them. You can open up a bank account there. You can do everything that everybody else does. You know, we are so out of the picture. Our country wants to stop us from thinking there's a better life outside our country. Our country wants us to believe that we can't open up a bank account, that, you know, we can't survive somewhere else, that it's going to be difficult somewhere else. Hey, it's going to be difficult here. You know what? Here's the deal. No promises, but guess what? Would you like to struggle? Would you like to struggle to create a new adventure, or do you just want to struggle? There's your choice. So you know what? There's always a bit of a struggle, right? But that's the adventure. That's, can I do this? I'll fall down. I'll pick myself up, dust myself off. Again, I'm not telling anybody to be me. Just know that. Adez, if you fly, you need one. You need what? No, you don't. You don't need a vaccination. That's not true. Bonnie, are people who took the needle allowed to be in the course? Absolutely. And I'll tell you why when you get there. We have something that will dismantle this. Okay? All right. Understand something. Where there's a will, there's a way. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. 48,000 US dollars per day. No, $48 per day, sorry. For the room only. That's right. $48 a day for a beautiful room, and it truly is, to stay. Is that all inclusive, or do we purchase a meal package? Well, for one thing, believe it or not, we are only going to be charging the cost on the vegetable juices, fruit juices, vegetables, fruits, avocado, blender drinks. You're not going to be hungry. If you are, it's so inexpensive to eat down there. But no, you're not getting a meal with the $48. Can I get treatments in Kelowna? Guess what? You can get treatments in Kelowna up until July 31st. And then we have a fulfillment center here that'll always be here to fulfill everybody's orders throughout Kelowna and the world. And it's a big, beautiful one, 3,000 square feet. But as of July 31st, okay, all right, if you want a treatment, then you're going to have to come down to Ixtapa Palace because that's where we're going, okay? Wendy, if you fly into the States, you need an antigen test. If you fly direct to Mexico, you don't need a test whatsoever. Thank you. You're right. Penny, do you hire the practitioners, or are they required to open their own business? Okay, first of all, let me just say this. We will have practitioners down there. We have practitioners here that work with us and work for us. We work together, right? But the reality is, what if somebody went to a chiropractor, massage therapist, acupuncturist, physiotherapist, and they came to you, and in one treatment you turned their problem around, or you turned it around a minimum of 30 to 50%? Seriously? Do you think you need to worry? All right? You don't need to worry. You haven't went through my A to Z masterclass. If you go to, look on my website and go to the top and hit masterclass, and then go in and take a look at A to Z Wellness Masterclass, and then use the code word Wolf Non-Surgical and watch that 2-hour video, and then go through all the body parts. Okay? And the other thing is this. We give you everything. When you come to take the Whole Life Coach course, I give you the whole template on how to work with people. And when you start, remember something, you've got me. Whether you want to believe this or not, my practitioners, they call me all the time. Dr. Wolf, I have a consultation coming up. The person has this situation. Okay, got your recorder on? Yes, I do. I go through what I would do. Then they take a look at that and they structure that. Let me tell you something. This is where it's at. That's where it's at. Quit being scared. Start helping people. And understand something. Everybody's so scared. Well, what if I invest $8,000 and take your whole course? What will I do then? Well, I don't know. The cheapest anybody charges anybody is $150, which is still under what everybody else charges. You can go for a Swedish massage that'll do absolutely almost nothing. Okay, you can get a chiropractic treatment and try to push it back in, but the scar tissue is just going to pull the joint back out because you got to get rid of the scar tissue, and nobody knows how to get rid of the scar tissue, do they? Okay. Meanwhile, the thing that ages people the most and causes more pain to people the most, it makes people feel like they're getting old, and why they tear out, and why they have to get hip surgery, knee surgery, why they got to get spinal surgery, why they have heart disease is scar tissue. And we know how to totally reverse it and make people young again. Do you think that's worth anything to you? Oh, come on. The chiros aren't doing it. The massage therapists aren't doing it. The acupuncturists aren't doing it. The physios aren't doing it. Medical's not doing it. Nobody's doing it. Nobody thinks about scar tissue until it's a bloody tumor. And then they don't even know what to do with a tumor. A tumor is just a fibroid. And a fibroid you can pull apart. And if it's a cancerous tumor, then we know it has legs. Then we'll go in and we'll dismantle the legs. Oh yeah, let's just keep being scared, okay? And let's just keep doing the things that aren't really working that well. Let's just keep getting treated. Let's don't get trained. Let's don't actually turn things around, okay? That needs to stop. Massive plan in place for all. And this is, her name is Dohne, so I'm not sure how to pronounce it. They want us all in US digitized ASAP so as to really control us. Well, I know that. Brody, I just left Canada in the US plus Mexico now. No PCR required, only antigen test. Linda, what if I decide to stay in Ixtapa? Beautiful. I'll tell you, I'm going to. I know that. Okay. Alice, what is antigen test? Please just take a look it up. Okay, love? Brody, I won't allow them to do any form of test. Okay, let me just stick to the stuff. Is there camping available? Lisa. Well, I'm sure there is. I'm sure you could find a place to camp down there. There's lots of space. There's lots of places. I just don't know if there's campsites. Can you write that down? And I'll check for you, okay? I'd love to come and stay for a long time. This is Philly. Just not sure how easy it is to go from Australia to Mexico without bear with me. Without going through the testing and quarantine. Well, there is no testing and quarantine going into Mexico. And if I can also, I just want you to know that I have a family and we just wrote them a letter. In Australia, we had to write him a letter and say that she was coming for the course. So she's coming with her children and she's going to come to this course. And then she says she's going to stay for the winter and take the triple course that I have starting January the 14th, and then it runs for 3 months. And if she took the one in September, she will have taken 3 courses. That makes her a master. Okay, that makes her a master practitioner. Then she's going to help with the 3rd course, which is in March, and that will be, she'll be helping us train. So once people do that twice, they become a master trainer. And what happens is that she can do personal treatment and trainings around the world. She can teach this around the world for us. So that's why we do that. Okay? Could you please say a bit more about your certifications? Well, our certifications are under the World Organization of Natural Medicine. And if you go to www.newworldpractitioner.com, there's lots of information. But you can also go to itioh.com. Look, I'm just going to tell you this much. I don't care if you've been a practitioner for 10 years or 30 years. When you come, we're going to bring your game up. And whether you just got out of school or whether you're someone that says, I'm 40, 50 years old and I've always wanted to be a practitioner, or you're an accountant, but you've always wanted to be a practitioner, or you worked in the oil field and you want to be a practitioner. You know what? You're going to be one. Is your heart in it? Do you have passion? And you know what? This really pisses people off, right? Other health practitioners, oh wow, they get pissed off. They really do. And the reality is they go, I spent 40,000 or 100,000 or whatever they spent, or 50,000 or 150,000, and I spent so many years. Hey, it's not my fault. If I can have somebody come, go through my course, and they can actually pull off the treatment better than you did. Let me tell you something. I put this technique together back when I was when I did all the training I did. I got a doctorate in acupuncture. I went to massage therapy school. I went to the Australian Naturopathic College. And you know what? After it was all said and done, I threw 99% of it out the door. Okay? And I just went and we created our own. If you don't believe me, when you get a perfect day consultation, if you ever want to, it's $150. If you don't think it was worth it, we'll give you your money back. You're going to get a 250-page manual that'll have more great information in it than most people get when they go to school. Now, if you come to my course, you're getting a manual that's about 380 pages, and it will assess your patients, your clients, better than anything that I know. And then you're going to get another 380-page manual on how to do the Wolf non-surgical. So that's the bottom line. So I just tell people, when somebody says to me, oh, well, he's lying. Well, then I'll say any practitioner out there that wants to come head to head with a practitioner that's only taken my course for 28 days, whether you just took a course, whether you just got out of school or you've been a practitioner for 10 or 20 or 30 years, I'll put them up against you. You do what you can with the patient, and then we'll do what we can. This is not to challenge. This is not to fight. This is to tell people that health is much easier than you think if you know what you're doing. All disease is it's infection first, then inflammation, then it's scar tissue formation, crystallization, and then it's calcification, and then it's bloody mutation because of all these physical blocks that the oxygen can't get into the cells. Are we done yet? And that's the deal. Okay? And I'm not upset. It's just, you know what? I go through this all day long. I'll have somebody call me up who's a practitioner or a doctor trying to put my feet to the fire, and I'll say, come on my show then. If you believe that I'm scamming people, come on my show. Let everybody know. Let's get this right down on the show. They don't show up. So if anybody wants to show up and challenge me on a show, I'm here to do it. And it's not because I want to be challenged. Let's get this out in the open. It's like when families don't talk. They just talk behind each other's backs. It just causes trouble. So I'm okay to be challenged on this, because guess what? If I'm talking like an authority, I need to be challenged, just like everybody else who thinks they're an authority out there. I hear you guys. Okay, Brody, I hear you guys, but if you don't do the antigen test, the airlines won't let you fly. It's a small price to pay. Absolutely. Whatever. Everybody's going to, you know what, Brody? Everybody's always going to make excuses why they didn't live their life. Oh, it's my wife's problem, the kid's problem. It's that person's problem. It's the government. It's the medical system. This is why I'm sick. Seriously? Okay? All right? I get it. We weren't actually given choice. You do know that. We got down here, and then we were programmed from 0 to 7, and then we had to get our way out of the muck. I get it. So we weren't born with choice. So whoever said that doesn't know what they're talking about. But that still doesn't justify anything. We're still responsible for our lives, what we do. We have to become our own detective, and we have to become our own cheerleader, and we have to become our own doctor. Did you get that? Our own doctor. That's right. You don't want to be coming to me forever. You don't want to be giving me money forever. Why would you want to do that? Okay? Why would you want to do that? I just want to leave. I want to have practitioners all over the place. And I'm not talking about you becoming a practitioner. I'm talking about you knowing enough about your body that you can help your family. Because there needs to be one practitioner in every family. And this would all end. I'm in Australia. Okay, Penelope, I'm in Australia too. Have the same issue. Tony, will I be able to bring my Beamer and Beamray systems, and is there a place to secure them in the room? Absolutely. Let me tell you something. Do not worry. Okay? Your stuff is going to be safer than a lot of places in the United States and Canada. Trust me. Like nobody steals in Canada. Okay. Nobody steals in the United States. No, it'll be perfectly safe. We've got security there. Also, people aren't going to walk in. It's like a resort. They're not going to come in off the street and go and break into things. It's not happening. Understand that. Okay? Uh, Mara, Dr. Darrell, I need your opinion that the stem cell treatment for MS. I've believed in you. My daughter is suffering from MS. Well, just understand something. MS is not as hard as you think, okay? And understand, I've had hundreds, I won't say thousands of MS patients, and they can turn around. And MS gets its foothold in the bowels. Did you get that? Ask her. She's always had bowel problems, okay? So MS gets its foothold in the bowels. Let's clean out her bowel. Let's clean out the liver, okay? I'm going to be doing on Wednesday, it's called the 6-day advanced water preparation. It's live, okay? And then on Thursday, I'll be doing a live Q&A. I don't mind asking questions on any health questions, and they're both happening at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And just know this, that MS is not that hard to treat. You go ahead, get yourself hooked into the medical system, see how that goes. Test after test after test. If it's not a drug, it's going to be something that's going to be toxic, isn't it? Tell me I'm right or wrong. Tell me I'm right or wrong. They don't reverse things. Okay, diseases are just names of symptoms. That's all. So let's take a look at your daughter. Let's take a look at her emotional health, and then let's look at her physical health and understand something. MS is a condition that's created by an unhealthy environment in her body. So let's look at it that way. Linda, I'm in Alberta, and I absolutely need to come for treatment. Well, you're going to have to get here before the first of the month. Because, like I said, you know. Vicky, I would like to attend. Great. Alicia, then we all hang out together happy and healthy. Well, you know what? Isn't that what it's about? They don't want us together. What happens when people actually come together and they love each other, but they love themselves first and foremost? That's how you hold the line for yourself. You know, when people come to us, we don't have any emotional baggage. You know what? And if people come to us and they have emotional baggage, we're going to work with them because it's not their baggage. Let me tell you something. You have all the health, all the wealth inside of you. But first we've got to change your beliefs. You know, if you're raised in a poverty conscious family, what do you think you get? If you're raised in a family that talked about sickness all the time and mommy was sick and daddy was sick, what do you think you're going to get? Okay? So we got to change your beliefs. Change your personality, change your reality. And guess what? But people don't believe that deal. This is my personality. Really? Whoa, I don't think so. Your personality is you being a Braveheart goddess and finding your roar, okay? And also letting yourself off the hook with unconditional total love. That's what the real you is like. Power of people. No, yeah, seriously. The power of beautiful people. And everybody's beautiful. You know what? When somebody says, you know, Dr. Wolf, you're a quack, I don't believe you, blah, 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 I love them anyway. Because guess what? Just smile and love them anyway, because that's the best gift you can give them. And you know what? If you're taught something, if you're taught not to love yourself, then why would you love something that somebody says that's telling that person all they got to do is love themselves? When your main belief is, and you don't even know it because it's so buried in your subconscious that you don't even love yourself, you even hate yourself. And don't tell me, anybody with an autoimmune disease, okay, has an unconscious, subconscious program and it's killing them. Did you get what I said? Because autoimmune disease means you're attacking your body and you had to attack yourself first, but you wouldn't know it because you learned that program from your family in most cases. And God love your family, but who's going to stop the family curse? Okay. I have nerve damage from bad oral surgeon. Can this help? Oh, well, let's put it this way. If it doesn't, I'll refund your money. Of course it's going to help. Remember something. What does a surgeon do? A surgeon does surgery. Wow. And what does surgery do? Well, surgery causes more scar tissue in the human body than anything else. So what's the problem, Dr. Wolf? Well, after the surgery, all that scar tissue, because it terrorized and inflamed the tissues, the scar tissue is now wrapped around the nerve. Well, what are you going to do, Dr. Wolf? Well, I'm going to go in there gently with my elbow, pull the fibers apart, allow the blood and the lymph to come in, and that thing that you call spirit energy, and we're going to turn the scar tissue back into connective tissue so that you go with the flow. And that now you have the elastic tissue that you deserve, not the beef jerky that you got from the surgery. Ask anyone who had any woman with a cesarean. She can't poop right. She can't digest properly. You know, usually they have bladder infections all the time. Even lovemaking is hard. There is no surgery that you ever got. Every surgery, after 6 weeks after surgery, no matter what the surgery, you need to see a Wolf non-surgical therapist, and we will return your connective tissue to you. Because we're not getting rid of scar tissue. We are restoring the flow of lymph and blood and energy. And once we do that, you go back to normal. But nobody talks about that until you need a hip replacement, knee replacement, until you need rods and screws and bolts and plates, until you need mesh, until you need a new valve. Are we done yet? Seriously. You know, it's getting a little bit annoying. And I do get annoyed, as you can tell. But the reality is because it's all just so goofy. But see, that's the way it is, eh? When the brain is 90% your subconscious, they could sell you anything. They could sell you poop with chocolate coating. And seriously, some people are eating stuff that could be called that. Okay. Nerve damage, we can replace it. I mean, we can restore it. Understand that. Nerve damage is just the nerve being wrapped up with scar tissue and crystallization. Give me something hard to do, seriously. Okay? Unless they cut the nerve, then we're good to go. And that's not what they did. What part of Mexico is this? It's on the Pacific side, and it's down 3/4 of the way down Mexico. It's just above Guatemala, okay? If you look it up on a map. So what month should I come? Well, it all depends what you're coming for, but I would get there around the 8th, 9th, 10th of September, because once you're out, you're in, okay? Because if you don't get out, they're going to keep you in because you'll be in all winter. You actually think anybody's getting out of the United States after November? Seriously? Okay? Until next July? Good luck with that one. Okay. And you know what? I can't wait until you tell me I'm wrong. Because if I'm wrong, that means that guess what? They've had a change of heart. And that means that, you know what? That we all get to come together and life will restore back to normal. Well, we wouldn't want it to go back to normal because even before COVID, I think things were a mess, don't you? Seriously. Yeah, I mean, take a look. You know, people were already fearful. They were already grumbling, complaining, and explaining. This just woke up the people that were the lions. The sheep are still sleeping. Do the rooms have shower? Yeah, guess what? Well, so what we're going to do is you have to understand there's like 3 big buildings, and one of the buildings where the condos are in, that I'm doing one at a time, and there will be structured water in the pools and structured water in everybody's room. End of story. Absolutely. Okay? I would love to visit and see your courses. We'd love you to come too. Love the organic restaurant idea. It's coming. It'll all come. You have to understand something. This COVID, how do you think it damaged the owners of Ixtapa? He paid his staff the whole time almost because they're family. He paid them. So, you know, the reality is this has hurt many people. So we're not limping. We just won't have the restaurant like we thought we would right away. Okay? But we don't need it. There's great places to eat all around you. They're just a walk away. Okay? And what am I feeding you? I'm going to be feeding you more nutrition in one day than you got in a week. That's right. Okay? So most people are just going food, food, food. You know, we're just taught to eat, 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 right? Like that's not obvious. Iona, hi Dr. Wolf. Can I buy the iodine from you? Please let me know. Of course you can. 1 minute to midnight tonight. You can get it. It'll be on sale. You can buy it now, but just wait until then. Tomorrow morning, okay? Does the price include stay on the resort? What? Does the juicing offered come with the room paid? No, but I promise you that it'll be a price that'll blow you away. We're not out for profit here. We're out to make sure that everybody is nutritionally fed. I'm doing this because I want you to leave here showing you that your spirit is more important than the physical body, and that everything is a frequency. I'm only going to feed you high frequency foods. And when you feed high frequency foods, you turn cancer off. You get rid of bugs like viruses, bacteria, fungi, because you bring up the vibration of the tissue. Remember something, everything is frequency. You can't get away from it. It's, before you came here, you were a light energy frequency being. Then you got infused in your mommy's tummy. And then energy creates mass, and you created this little fetus. And then you became a body and a baby, and then you got bigger and bigger and bigger. But you know what? It's energy creates everything. So everything is frequency. So when you eat a food, you ask yourself, what's the frequency I'm going to get? Because everything you eat and drink leaves the body. The only thing that stays behind is the frequency. So the frequency is going to dictate whether you have cancer or whether you're the answer. Okay? All right. Vicky, what is the price if I register today for the full program? Well, it's $4,000 down, and then it's $4,000 before you come. So it's $8,000 for the whole course. And what'll happen is you'll get a perfect day consultation from us. Everybody gets one, okay? So anybody that's signed up already, because we already have like 25 people signed up. So everybody, if you haven't gotten your perfect day consult, please call me, extension 5, and I'll get you hooked up. There's no charge, and you'll get the perfect day. This is for people coming to the course now, okay? Or for personal treatment and training, all right? We want you to have the perfect day so you get into the groove. And when you get there, you'll be more flexible. And when we work on you, the scar tissue and the calcium will melt like butter, because we don't want it to be hard on you. And remember something, for the more infected, the more inflamed you are, the less immune system you have, the less you tolerate anything, right? We need you to have energy. We need you to have a good time, okay? There's nothing wrong with having a good time, okay? So call and get your perfect day consult. Pauline, will you do any online New World Practitioner course? I'd love to be in Mexico. Reality is I won't put a border. Reality is I won't put a border or ocean between me and my family. I'm in Australia. Well, I will be doing the course. It's called Healthy to 100 course. And if we get shut down, I will do the whole life coach certification. Look, if I can figure a way on how to do these courses and not water them down. Do you know how many courses people take that are watered down? They never do anything with them because they never really truly get trained. You just end up giving somebody their money. That's the last thing I'm going to do. I am not going to do anything unless it's full integrity. I know I can do the 3-day online health. If you go to healthy to100live.com, that is the course I'm doing. It's a 3-day in the fall. And then you'll understand how amazing you are and how beautiful you are. That's what that course will do. And how powerful you are. And how you thought you needed all these practitioners and doctors. And you don't. You don't. You know what? I make you a promise that you don't need me. You don't need me. You just need to find the authentic you. Ryan, I need to watch back. So exciting. Penelope, I'm sorry. Same here. Would love to come with my teen son. If you come with your teen son, Penelope, it will be the adventure of a lifetime. And your teen son, it will blow his mind. It will blow his mind on his potential. I'm making you this promise. Remember, I live there. I'm not running away. Okay, you can hold my feet to the fire. Yeah, even at nighttime, because that's where we'll be, around the fire. But listen to me. It will blow your son's mind. You know what? I have trainers there that range from 22 years old to 50 some years old. And understand something. He will love it. He will love my son Sage, who has been doing Wolf non-surgical since he was 11 years old. He was certified when he was 15. Do you understand? All right. And yeah, he's in his mid 20s, right? But I've got lots of staff that are younger. And why? Because they're willing to learn, and they don't understand that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, for one thing, we're not old dogs. And the other thing is all you have to do is be open-minded, open-hearted, and know that don't ever go like this to things. Give yourself time to embrace new things. And understand, I just love people who go, I hate change. Really? You picked the wrong planet. Okay, you picked the wrong planet. Is food included in the long-term prices? No. From Australia, yeah, but the thing is that, guess what? You know what? Everybody is so into food. I already told you that, you know what? When you start getting into the juicing and the veggies and the fruit, eating fresh fruit, you know what? Do you live to eat or eat to live? Which one? Which one? Seriously. Okay, and understand something. Do you know where the greatest nourishment comes from? The sun. Where else? The ocean. Did you know the ocean is giving off tons of iodine? Even just being at Ixtapa in the Palace, you're getting in tons of iodine. We're so close. And all that fresh air, okay? And then guess what? Did you ever notice when you're around a positive person, you have more energy? When you're around negativity, you don't, right? So don't tell me about family, because a lot of times family can be very negative and draining. That's why when somebody has cancer, I go, well, what's your environment like? Where did you get the cancer? Well, I got it here. And I go, get out of that environment. Who did you hang around with? Good. Are they negative or are they positive? Boom. Do you really want to live? Do you really want to live? Well, you only want to live if you've got adventure, and you're not going to have adventure unless you have passion and purpose. When I say to people, do you know what you want to do with your life? I don't know. Well, guess what? You're going to get sick because you got to feed the spirit. From Australia, do we need a special visa to stay more than 3 months to a year? Also, can I bring my cat? Okay, we're going to check with all of this, the pet thing. But I know that we can take pets. I'm pretty sure of it anyways, and I'll nail that by tomorrow. And just know this, that why do you think we have a lawyer? They're gonna look into this. And I've got friends down there that have been down there for 2 years, and I probably shouldn't say this, but if they get pulled over, they just give $30 to the police. So, what can I tell you? So I'm not going to do it that way. And you don't need to do it that way. Okay. There's a right way to do it. And then there's the other way to do it. Okay. How much cash I need to bring with me for 28 days? Well, for one thing, you're going to be I don't think you'll need a lot. So let me think here. I know you're not going to believe me when I say this, but how about around $1,000? Okay, that's more than you need. I mean, you're going down there for the training. You've paid for that. We've got all the nutritional that you need throughout the day. Even if you had one meal a day, you still have enough money if you had $1,000 for 28 days. You really do. But it depends on how much you're going to spend. Are you going to buy clothing? Are you going to go shopping? Are you going to rent cars? Or which you don't need to do. Okay, because everything's right there. Sarah, I'm from Ireland, but I really need your help. Need to get to Mexico in the fall. Would love to see you. Dawn, day is healthiest time for your main plant-based meal. Well, you have to understand something. I intermittent fast until usually 1 o'clock in the day, but not everybody's going to do that. Our people that used to have 3 meals, big breakfast, and snacks throughout the day, they're going to have to get right at it because the psychological overrules the biological. They're going to think they're going to starve to death. Okay, all right. And little do you know, but one meal a day is enough for anybody. But people have to work their way into it. People are programmed. Did you ever talk to someone and you go, my gosh, they're not logical. Why wouldn't they want this? This could save their life. Because they're programmed. They're going to do whatever the main program is. And understand something, you're only your prominent, dominant beliefs make and shape your life. So when you look at somebody, you look at their body, you look at their wealth, you look at their health, you look at them. That's just their beliefs. And they don't even know that that's not their beliefs. That 70 and 90% of all our beliefs were given to us from 0 to 7. And that's the rule. And don't you think that they know this? That's why. Look at how they've programmed everyone. You know? Come on. Everybody's so programmed they don't even know it. Unless you are living a Braveheart life, unless you can stay in the present moment, unless you are connected to your breath, unless you know that there is a universal creator that works for you, but if you don't feel you deserve something, you're still not going to get it. Do you ever notice that? Okay. Somebody says, oh my God, I just got to go to I got to go to Mexico to get rid of this cancer. No, I want to go to Mexico to find my authentic self and to become the healer that I know I am. Don't even talk about the disease. Leave the disease at home. Come and find your authentic self, your practitioner, and find out what happens. Lula, would you consider hire to work for you in exchange for room and board? Yes, I would. Depending on what the person does, depending also how stable they are emotionally, and do they really want to be there? Believe it or not, when people come to me, they don't even know they have a lot of luggage. But if somebody was going to come and work for me, I would hope that they weren't bringing a lot of emotional luggage, right? And that they were there to learn, and they were inspired, and they were excited about just getting up in the morning and just going, hey, Dr. Wolf, or hey, Daryl, how's it going? It's going great. We're going to have the best day of our life. And no matter what's going on in the world, if they can stay present, and they can stay present, connected to their breath, and be selfish enough to have a good time, instead of buying into what's going on in the world, yeah, I'd want that person. Because that's what it is. It's the strength of loving yourself. We've been taught that the more that we suffer for the world, suffer for our family, the better person we are. Really? Really? You think so? How's that working for you? Okay. Lena Pop, will you sell your products during the course in Ixtapa or have to bring them on my own? Okay, here's the deal. When we do the perfect day consultation with anybody who's coming to Ixtapa, right, for personal treatment and trainings, or if they're coming for treatments, or if they're coming for courses or certifications, that's why we do it. They'll bring their products with them that they're going to need while they're there. No, I will not sell products there. If we bring them in, we lose 18%. We don't get back. That's 18% bringing them across the border. I don't want to put 18% on. I'd rather sell less products, make sure I get the products to people. We've got 3 fulfillments in the States. We've got a main one in Canada. Everybody gets their products in 3 to 5 days. And that's with this whole COVID thing. They used to get them in 1 to 3 days, but now things have changed. Some people have gotten products lost and, this whole COVID thing. And the reality is this. It's very difficult getting stuff into Mexico, and then I don't want to charge an extra 20% on top of the products. Penelope, Aussie here too. How do we get out of here? How to get back into Aussie without testing and quarantine? Well, I don't really know about that, but I know that there's families coming, and we did a letter for them. And they live in Australia. Okay, our cat's permitted. We're going to get on that, okay? Do you know anything about security for property? I'm not sure what that means, security for property. Sammy, are we supposed to be asking questions tonight for you to answer tomorrow, or can we ask them tomorrow, as I don't see... as I don't want to be irritating you. You couldn't irritate me. Ask me all the questions you want. And I'm telling you that right now. Let me tell you something right now. This whole doctor thing has to stop. Okay? If I'm being irritated by you, then I don't deserve to be called practitioner. I don't deserve to be called doctor or whatever you want to call me. I don't deserve to be called friend. Okay? You're not irritating me. You know what? This is what they've done. We go around saying sorry all the time. Sorry this, sorry that. Oh, I'm sorry that I'm breathing here. I'm sorry that I even exist. You know what? You stand up for yourself. And you know what? You will never irritate me. You'll never irritate me. And you got to get rid of that program, because when you have that program, people can smell it and predators will feed on you. Okay? They'll see that weakness. Do not. If somebody does not respect you and you think that you're irritated, that you can pick up that you're irritating them, then get away from them. Get away from them. They've got too much ego. Estar, what piece of paper do we need to show the government? What government? What piece of paper? I don't. Oh, are you talking about? You're talking about if they went door to door for vaccinations? Well, I have somebody putting that together. I will put it up online. Okay, if when they start going door to door, and here's hoping they don't. I don't want to do fear mongering, guys. So if you ask me a question, I'll answer what I think. I don't know. But you can smell it, right? Just like how I say, you can see the smoke. Pretty soon you're going to smell the smoke, and then you're going to see the fire. Mary, I feel like I'm stuck in Quebec because I presently have no job and have just a bit of money on me side, but would be... but I don't know how alone. Okay, wait now. Bit of money on the side, but would be prepared to turn my life around and also sell everything and move, but I don't know how alone. I am not afraid of all the change, but that type of bigger move I've never done before. Let me tell you something. There was times that I was like, oh man, what am I doing here? What am I doing? It just feels so right. Let me just put it to you this way. Just go and tonight, if you get up at 2, 3, 4 in the morning, gotta pee, just get up, go to the bathroom, then go find a comfortable place, sit up, put your back straight, just breathe, and then visualize yourself doing that. And if it makes you feel excited, you'll know, okay? You'll know. And then in the daytime, you may get nervous about it. That's okay. Just turn anxiety into excitement, okay? You know how many people live their life and go, I wished I coulda, woulda? Seriously? Almost everybody I know. Rebecca, Justice, do I need a passport coming from California? You know what? I'm going to check that. I'm going to tell you something, which is really crazy. You probably need a passport to get on the plane. But I've got friends down there and they go, you know what? The chances are when you come to the Mexico border, you just drive through. They hardly ever stop anybody. And when they do, they just go, where are you going? What are you doing? And that's it. So I know that driving is a lot easier. But I think when it comes to airlines, I think you're going to need a passport. But we'll look into that. Right, Drake? Are you writing all this down?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm driving. Good for you. She's driving down. Jody, I'm driving down to Mexico. Oh. I'm coming down only for the Crocodile Sanctuary. There you go. That's Tony. No, that's Bonnie. Bonnie's saying that. Lula, you must have passports to enter other countries, people. That's not necessarily true for Mexico, because I was talking to somebody who just went and drove through the border just last week, and they didn't show their passport or anything. So I'm not telling you shouldn't. I'm going to be talking to Jose, and even I'll check with the lawyer on things. Stacy, I sprayed the infinite iodine on my dog's face. He got in a fight. It works great. It certainly does. It's the greatest disinfector. Satchel Brown, I'm starting with Dean till I can get my passport, and then I'll get there. Yeah, Dean, his name is Dean Saleo, and he's out of Atlanta, Georgia, and he's one of my master trainers. Anita, I won't be able to be at the Zoom meeting tomorrow. Will you have the information available another time? I'll tell you what. Anybody that goes into the New World Practitioner training, Drake,
Yep.
we will send them a link, won't they? But I'm not sending it or putting it on YouTube. Anybody that has opted into www.newworldpractitioner.com, we'll send a link out to the whole list, won't we?
Yeah.
Okay. I missed that part today. Amount of infinite iodine to put in your nebulizer. Oh, so the infinite iodine. Yeah, I did a live show this morning, and we'll do a Q&A tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on the infinite iodine. But it's 1 part infinite iodine, 3 parts distilled water or structured water, okay? And I preferred structured, guys, because it erases the memory of everybody who's drank it and everything that's in it, okay? Scott, I flash frozen fruits bought from the grocery and good for making smoothie to put in my Irish sea moss. Great. Connie. Oh, she's just telling you about the iodine. Thank you, Connie. You can get into Mexico without a passport, at least in Tijuana. That's right. See, people really don't know. They don't know. You got to ask people that know. It's amazing what we think we know, but we don't know. Do you know how many people go around knowing everything? Yeah, seriously. Adele's, what about translating to Spanish to help people there? I'm done. Okay, here, I just want to tell you something. If we have somebody who's coming and they only speak Spanish, we will have a translator. End of story. And just so everybody knows, I am having my whole website, Doc of Detox, and International Training Institute of Health, all put into Spanish. Did you know that we have the whole Healthy to 100 book in Spanish already? And it's in my library, if you want to go in there. And we are going to be translating all the guides into Spanish in my library as well. We're on it. Okay? Susie from Australia, do you know if we need a visa to stay more than 3 months? I think you have to get something to get an extended stay, but we can get that arranged for you. End of story, okay? Ryan, but if we go on a flight, I am almost certain you need a passport. Yes, you're right, Ryan. Brenda, call me. No, Brenda, you call me. Brenda, you call me, please. You can call me. Tomorrow I have a 10 o'clock show. Then I have another show at 3 o'clock. So call me in between there. My extension's number 5. Sabila, Australia, Sydney is a hard lockdown. We can't leave our country. We can't travel 10 kilometers out of our home. Guess what? That's what's coming for North America, right? Yeah. You know, it's funny how people think that, Australia was the litmus paper test. Okay? All right? Teresa, my friend told me we can put a sign on our door, no trespassing, and they can't knock. Don't know. Well, they can still knock. The reality is never open your door. Don't go to the door, don't open your door. Right, Marcel? Mm-hmm. Don't go to the door, don't open your door. And don't speak to police. Don't speak to them. Because guess why? I'm just doing my job. That's right. Even if they don't like it, they're just doing their job. Okay? Ryan, unbelievable. Patrick, it's good to be back, Dr. Wolf. Teresa, my bank told me they can't give me my savings in cash. That's illegal, and they have to do that. Say that you want to speak to the manager, and then tell them you're going to get a lawyer. It's your money. This is what they're going to do, eh, Marcel? Okay, that's my brother, Dr. Marcel Wolf. He's visiting with me. Understand something. They have no right to tell you that. And understand, rules for fools. So every one of the tellers were told not to give out the cash, right? That's all. They can. Oh yeah. Let them tell me they're not giving me my cash. Go and try that one.
Know the difference between rules and laws.
Yes, know the difference between rules and laws. There it is. Elsa, I used to drive to Tijuana from San Diego. Rental car has extra ins you can get and no pass. You can get in with no passport needed. Beautiful. I am happy to have met a few awesome people like myself. Your video threads, we will be supporting one another. Yes, what else is there? We need to support one another. Canadian mamas unite in Mexico. There you go. I'll be a Canadian mama any day. Okay. Susie, yes, I'm in Western Australia. We still have a dictator too. Feel for you guys over there. We feel for you, love. Okay? But you know what? We need to be Braveheart lions and we need to roar. And we need to leave alone the sheep. You know what? Leave the sheep alone. Leave the people alone who have decided to give up already. Okay? It's not going to be great. You need to, you know what? Mind your own business. Focus on your life. Focus on happiness and health. Why can't you? Why can't you leave smiles everywhere you go, no matter how many people are suffering in the world? And then people are going, oh my God, he's so heartless. No, I'm full of heart. Okay? But I'm here for the lions to find their roar. I'm not here to wake up the sheep. You ever try to wake up a sleepwalker? I hear that they bite. Okay? All right. Susie. No, did that. Shannon. I'm coming, girl. Okay, there you go. Teresa. Do I have to fly? No, you can drive. Satya. Shannon Mercier. Yes, girl. We will connect on here and have a chat. Shelley, do you have any practitioners in Washington State? Can you believe it? I don't. Okay. Dale Morrison, let go. I'm putting it out there to God and going to make it happen. Yes, it's teamwork. You and God. It's true. You know, people say, I'll leave it in God's hands. Seriously? Is that, you know, I didn't know it was his or her or their situation. All right? You know, it's teamwork that makes the dream work, right? Let me see you take massive personal action and know that that which created the universe wants you to have it. Elsa, I have a scar tissue disease, endometriosis. No, you don't. You don't have a scar tissue disease. There are no diseases. Diseases are just names. Endometriosis is because you've been pooping in your pelvis. Tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., I'm coming live, and I'm going to talk about this lady. I promised her. Sharon's her name, and she said that her uterus is falling out of her vagina. And guess what? She's got endometriosis too. I'm going to be talking about that tomorrow morning. No cure, eh? Okay, I'll tell you what, Elsa. Guess what? So Elsa went to a medical doctor that isn't a doctor, that is not allowed to talk about anything except surgery and drugs. So Elsa, of course, there's no cure. But now there is, Elsa, if you want to take control. Because Elsa, you have a pelvis. And your colon, you've been pooping in your pelvis. And the infection created the inflammation, okay, which caused the scar tissue formation that caused endometriosis. Either that or you're cursed by God. Which one? A or B? And you know what? People are not stupid. They've been told by the white coats that this is as good as it gets. And we haven't figured it out yet. Well, they're never going to figure it out, because if they did, they wouldn't be able to sell their drugs or do their surgeries. 99 out of 100 surgeries never have to get done. But when you're in emergency care, okay, and you're a sleepwalker, which medical doctors are, most of them they are. There's some that have crossed over to the other side, but most of them are. They're sleepwalkers. You know what? What's intelligence? I'd say logic, wouldn't you? Intelligent is not having tons of knowledge. It's being wise. And we are not wise. Elisa, done with excision surgeries. Adelise, I mean one passport. I don't know what that means. Scott, would you know if muscle weakness is correlated to vaccine injury? Well, of course it would be. But muscle weakness, you probably had it before. Understand something. When you do something that's not good for you, and you do have a lot of infection in you already and inflammation, it's going to hurt you much more. The logic thing is guess what? Guess what? It blows my mind. It's $150. I'll give you a money back guarantee. Did you hear what I said? And we will do an hour consult on you, and then we'll give you a support for life. Would you like to know how to eat, drink, and think from the minute you wake up until you go to bed, and then have me and your master trainer there to protect you and guide you and be able to call us whenever you want, as often as you want, and we'll never be irritated? Because you know what? You're not an irritation, and you're not stupid. It's just that they gave you a manual that is totally toxic and programmed for you to be milked of your money and sold off by the pound, and that's it. So if you think it's anything else, and then don't tell me I just came back from my doctor, because they're not doctors. Doctors teach. Doctors teach you how to heal yourself. Is that what's going on? I don't think so. Muscle weakness, yeah, you can turn it around. So everybody says, oh, I have this special virus, or I have this special gene that was passed down by the millennium. And you know what? Or my great-grandfather had it. You know what? Are we done yet? It's epigenetic, not genetic. Okay? And you can tell how long somebody's going to live depending on their circulation, especially their microcirculation. You can tell what somebody's going to die of because they've been complaining about it for years. Okay? What do you think of No, I don't know what that is. Sorry. Alice, if I was able to move there, is there government funding? No, there's not, Alice. Not that I know of, anyways. Penelope, do you have any practitioners in Victoria, Australia? We have a lady, and her name is Tora Klein, and she's not in Victoria. She's near Adelaide. I think it's near Adelaide. If you call us on 250-215-8004 on WhatsApp, or you have a iPhone, you can call us on that number as well, or you can call us on Skype at DOD Helpline, okay? And we can give you exactly where she lives and her address. Wow. Bonnie, thank you. Dawn. Pronunciation of my name is good. Oh, her name is... thank you, Dawn. Dawn's name is spelled D-O-H-N-E, and it's Dawn. Thank you. See how simple things can be? And I had to make it so complicated. Okay. I want to be a healer. That's all I ever wanted. Yes, Shannon. That's what we all want, Shannon. Because we truly deep down inside love each other. We care for each other. And you know what? They try to divide us. They try to make us fight against each other. They even create armies and military so that we can go to war and hurt our brothers and sisters in other countries. But now there's no war. Where'd that go? Now there's no terrorists. Where'd that all go? Yeah, because it was all made up. I'm not saying people weren't getting hurt before, but the reality is human beings can come together and stop this. Okay, Connie, I can't find Dentagen on your shop site. Do I need to find it elsewhere? Okay, all the ionic calcium products like Merigen, Dentagen, Alzagen, Cardigen, guys, you got to call in for it, okay? You can go and read information, but we can't show the products. Believe it or not, everybody, this is the biggest breakthrough in nutritional science in the last 100 years. This is an ionic calcium therapy. You know how people say I've got ionic calcium? Well, that's not calcium ions. We have the only calcium ion therapy in the world that will reverse and it will. It has reversed every autoimmune disease, and I'm not saying it'll reverse everybody with an autoimmune disease, because autoimmune diseases first start in the psychological and then they go into the physical. But this is the most powerful product. It turns on over 120,000 hormonal and chemical processes, but also calcium ions. That is what all your cells, they communicate with. And when you can't break bone and make calcium ions, that's when you break down. Please go to my library and you can take a look at the calcium ion guide. And we've got videos on almost every autoimmune disease and a part 1 and 2 on cancer. And you can always call me at extension 5 if you've got questions, okay? I spent $18,000 for my surgery. Surge Tech. Surge Tech. Let me find. I spent $18,000 for Surge Tech 2-year. Astara. What is the attitude of the local natives? How do they feel about us being there? Do you actually think I would go there unless it wasn't going to be a beautiful thing? It's a beautiful thing. Why don't you look up Zuwantnego and then go on YouTube, because that's the biggest city near Ixtapa, and go on YouTube and see what Americans, Canadians, and people from all over the world are saying about living in Zuwantnego. Why don't you go on YouTube and do your homework, okay, and find out what people are saying. You know, that's where they're doing the Greater Reset, and that is an online movement against the reset. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So this is the kind of people that live there. People love it. Love it when he's, okay, Alana, love it when he says, let me tell you something. Get ready. Angela Pretty is watching. Okay. Ryan. Yes, it's just, okay. No, I'm Victoria. No. I just want to get I can't read all the comments now. You know, I really think it's really beautiful. A lot of you are talking amongst yourself now on the feed here. That's right. That's what happens. They don't want you to come together. That's why you can't meet in churches. That's why we can't get together, go to funerals. That's why we can't have birthday parties. And it's all coming again in the fall. Okay? All right. Shelley, you are funny. You remind me of me. Well, I'm glad you do think I'm funny. Okay? And let's just remember something. Laughter is the greatest medicine. All right, guys, I think we'll end it, okay? If you want, you have more questions, please come on tomorrow. Well, tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock, I will be, tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock, I'll be coming back on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'll be coming back on tomorrow at 3 o'clock. But you have to go to www.newworldpractitioner.com. And it's not because I'm trying to get your email to do something to you. We're not going to banter you ever. So it's not about that. I promise you that whatever you give us, we will give back to you 100-fold. Okay? Let me see here. So Tuesday, July the 13th, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'll have Terry Mullins, the inventor of the greatest iodine product in the world, and everybody needs iodine. Maybe you don't know that, but back in 1974, they took iodine out of all the foods, and that's why you saw a spike in thyroid problems. That's why you also saw a spike in cancer and overweight, where you can't lose weight. But another big thing that really destroys your thyroid is blue light that's in here. I haven't worn these today because I haven't been on that much, but when I do shows, I always wear my Tesla glasses because they actually take blue light and convert it into healing light. It actually heals the brain and the eyes. Does anybody know out there that I used to have to wear glasses to not just to read, but to see? All right, so now I've got perfect eyesight. I can read small print. I can read from far away. And I wear Tesla glasses all day long. I don't wear them when I'm on the show because everybody thinks I got punched in the eye. And no, that didn't happen today. But just remember, these are the only glasses in the world. Blue blockers don't work. You're still getting poisoned. And understand, the greatest poison on this planet is not the chlorine or the fluoride. It's actually blue light poisoning, and everybody's doing it. And everybody's addicted to it. Okay? So Terry Mullins tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Come with your iodine questions. Challenge him like all that you want. Okay, and then tomorrow afternoon, I am doing the 3 o'clock, but you have to go to www.newworldpractitioner to sign in. You'll get a Zoom link. Wednesday, July the 14th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm doing the 6-day advanced water fasting challenge preparation. Thursday, I'll be back here at 10 a.m. to answer all your questions, okay, on fasting. Okay, and why it releases more stem cells than anything else, and why advanced water fasting is so much better than water fasting. If you want to do water fasting, you're going to have to really just plow through, and it's going to hurt. You do advanced water fasting, and it's like taking a magic carpet and actually going in and releasing more stem cells in your body than anything else you could do, and autophagy, eating up anything like cancer cells, scar tissue, viruses that shouldn't be there, bad bacteria, fungi. How about that, right? So that's what we're talking about. So, so what's going to happen is I'm going to go through the perfect day and why you want to have a perfect day diet, and we're going to talk about that on Wednesday. For 2 weeks, I want you to try to do a perfect day diet. And then on August the 1st, we're going to kick off the 6-day advanced water fast, okay? All right. So the sunburn sale is over tonight. Check out the sunburn sale. You're going to love these products. I have a product called MCT C60 coconut oil. And we call it Beyond Beauty C60 coconut oil. And it for healing burns, for skin cancer, for eczema, psoriasis. What I can show you, if you were to have eczema or psoriasis and you clap the area with one of my clappers, you can buy a clapper if you go to Body Care on my website. You want to clap until you're bleeding a little or it's pussing, and then you would put the C60 on and it would go in. Okay, and if you have a sunburn and you use our silver bullet gel or silver spray, or you use, I also have our infinite iodine to get rid of inflammation and burns. So check out our sale if you want. It's over tonight, 1 minute 2. And then at 1 minute 2, the iodine and iodide goes on sale. All right? That's it, everyone. I just want to thank everybody for coming on. And just know the shows that I can't put on Facebook and Instagram and other places, they go on Telegram, BitChute, and Rumble. My Telegram is t.me/the Doc of Detox. You can download it on your phone, or you can download it on your computer. Okay? And for those of you who want to stay connected to me, go to my front page and just log in to Braveheart Nation. Okay? It says, join our Braveheart Nation. If you put in your email there, I promise you, I'm not going to banter you. I'm not Mr. Heavy Duty Sales. We have lots of sales for people, but it's not about trying to sell you. I promise you that if you go into my library, you'll see that we have given you the most powerful training, health training, that anywhere on the web. It's the most powerful library that you'll see. Go out and check out how to become number 1 at the outer number 2 masterclass. Go check out the A to Z masterclass. Use the word wolf with an E on the end, non-surgical, and you can get it free. It's almost $1,000 class. And if you really want to get into your emotions and do my 33-day training, it's almost $1,000 course. I'll give it to you free. Okay, just put in Braveheart free, and it's all yours. And just remember something, okay? You're beautiful, but until you believe you're beautiful, until you believe that you deserve to have everything, happiness, joy, great health, you're never going to have it. 3, 2, 1. Bless you, Braveheart. Have a beautiful day. Let me ask you a question. How would it feel? No, wait a minute. How would you like to get the life that you promised yourself or the world promised you? Well, let me tell you something right now. You're never going to have it unless you search for different. And you know what that difference is? The New World Practitioner. Yes, the New World Practitioner training, the 21-day training, okay, is that training. If you want to become something different and you want a different outcome for your patients, and if you want to become financially successful, I have the team to do it. And after the training, guess what? We've only begun to work together, because united we stand. And I will show you that a New World Practitioner is different than anything else out there, and you will be able to push beyond all the beliefs that were blocking you from your success on all levels. Good day, I'm Dr. Darrell Wolf. Do you know why you or your friends or your family are struggling with their health? Well, because They've never been given a strategy. And every time they go to see a health practitioner, whether it's medical or natural, all they're doing is getting Band-Aids. What if we were able to create a strategy that you could create the perfect day from the minute you woke up until you went to bed, and then we continue to guide and support you along your journey as you grow, your program grows. And what if you only paid one price, and you had unlimited support and guidance for the rest of your life? That's called the Perfect Day Consultation.